All right, guys. So, Ethereum co-founder Joe Lubin says ETH will 100x from here. 100x, guys. Chat, let me know in the comments, is Tom Lee the new Michael Saylor by this time next year? Let's be honest about this. We see Bitcoin treasury companies. We're starting to see ETH treasury companies. If Ethereum has the price action that Joe Lubin is predicting and Bitcoin doesn't run as high, then a flippening could take place. Now, I'm going to play a clip here in a second of Joe Lubin, actually talking about the flippening of ETH over Bitcoin. But just to drive this home, guys, this is an Ethereum co-founder saying this. And this is after 10 years of the blockchain being around with no downtime, and now 50% plus of stablecoins globally are being built on it. All right, ETH is turning into a big player, a big time game changer. Okay, so who is Joe Lubin, guys? Well, Grok told us Joe Lubin, often referred to as Joe Lubin or Joseph Lubin, is a prominent Canadian-American entrepreneur, technologist, and blockchain pioneer. Born in 1964 in Toronto, Canada, he's best known as co-founder of Ethereum, the world's second largest cryptocurrency by market cap, and the founder of CEO of Consensus, a leading blockchain software company focused on Ethereum-based solutions. Great. He went to Princeton. Sick. Shout out to New Jersey. That's where I'm from. Wow. Very interesting, go. The reason why I point this out, guys, listen, from 2001 to 2012, he was the vice president of technology in private wealth management at Goldman Sachs, where he focused on applying cryptography and engineering to financial systems. The reason why I say this, guys, is because this man saying ETH is going to 100x, he's not some random stupid idiot that knows nothing about money, blockchains, this technology, any of that. No, he used to work at Goldman Sachs as their vice president of technology for over 10 years and co-founded Ethereum. You think this guy's predictions are based off of nonsense? I don't think so, guys. What did he actually say specifically, though? Well, it was actually in response to Tom Lee, basically. So I'm 100% aligned with almost of what Tom from Fundstrat says here. Yes, Wall Street will stake because they currently pay for their infrastructure, and Ethereum will replace much of the many siloed stacks they operate on. They will need their heads fully in our game because our game will be called finance. They will need to become a TradFi company that operates on decentralized rails, and that means staking, running validators, operating L2s, L3s, etc., participating in DeFi, and running smart contract software for agreements, blah, blah, blah. The narrative of L2s cannibalizing L1 will very soon be shattered. See, blah, 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 and proof of blah, blah, blah for an example of yes. Yes, ETH will likely 100x from here, probably much more. Yes, Ethereum, ETH will flip in the Bitcoin monetary base. Wow. Yes, Tom and I are friends, and I get on calls intermediately to discuss elements of the strategy and ways we can collaborate in the general furtherance of the strategy, even while we compete in highly differentiated ways over time. Wow, I mean, that's crazy. That's crazy, guys. So if I don't know, every Bitcoin maxi out there was basically trained to hate ETH and to think that it's a shitcoin and everything outside of Bitcoin is a shitcoin. But as you guys will start to find out, even Bitcoin is flawed. Even Bitcoin is not perfect, okay? I'm sure most of retail actually feels that way. When I first got into crypto, I didn't buy Bitcoin for 2 years, 2+ years, because I thought it was old and slow, whatever. I mean, it is older and slower, yes. But in my opinion, we're going to be releasing an interview on Wednesday. Stick around for that interview, guys. It's with Vijay, someone in the Caspa community. In my opinion, there are issues with Bitcoin and Ethereum that other chains solve. And it's very hard to actually pick one of those people over Bitcoin or ETH at the moment because they're clearly the winners in regards to adoption, whether it's from, institutional interest or companies building on top of the platform ETH, or, you know, treasury for Bitcoin. But the issues that these platforms have, example, guys, like the Caspa interview on Wednesday, Caspa is going to be a bigger project in the future. I firmly believe that, because it basically solves the issues that Bitcoin and ETH both have. I mean, it's faster than Solana. So like what World Liberty Financial is doing right now with Solana goes down, guys. I'm not saying Solana is bad, but they have issues. Caspa is faster than Solana, and it's much obviously, it's arguably, I mean, factually more secure. So once the world starts realizing that, and then also realizes that it's still under 10 cents, I mean, things are going to change. So remember this, guys. Yes, Bitcoin and ETH are probably going to run up crazy still in their time, but there will be alternatives. And once people start realizing those alternatives, like, it just actually makes sense, and they're better in certain aspects like speed or trading fees, etc., people will flock to them. So just keep that in mind. But I just wanted to talk about this with Joe Lubin. Super interesting. Tom Lee, obviously. I mean, these are two people who are both saying that by 2030, possibly, you know, Ethereum could be trading above $400,000 a coin. That's crazy. But is it actually crazy when we all saw Bitcoin go from $1,000 to 20,000 plus to 60,000, you know, 69,000? Now we're over 100,000 for like over 3 straight months, something like that, over 100 days. You know, we reached 125,000. So that seems crazy. So I don't know, if you zoom out, by 2030, by 2035, we literally could be looking at $1 million plus Bitcoin, $400,000 plus ETH, and then whatever else survives. So you never know, guys. You got to zoom out with this stuff. Everybody who thinks that their coin is the best, in 7 years, it could be like gone. You know, everything on paper is different than what actually happens in regards to execution. So if I were you, what I would do is I would subscribe to the Coin Zone. Now follow us here on X, because we're giving you the latest news and all the information that you need to educate yourselves and make the right decisions. So if you want to stick on that long-term journey with us, so we can all see together what Bitcoin and ETH will look like in 5 or 7 years from now, then go ahead and subscribe and follow us here on X. Do that for me, guys. I appreciate it. If you are tapped in right now with us on X or YouTube watching live, thank you, guys. This will be all we do, basically. Join us for the lives, guys. We're going to be doing lives all the time, 5 days a week. So tap in, don't miss them. Continue to educate yourself and learn with us here as we do. You guys are learning with me on these streams a lot. It's a good time. So don't be shy. Feel free to interact with me. Ask me questions. We'll make it fun. I can pull up charts if you want me to. Yes, sir. So I'll be back shortly for another live stream. We got a lot of stuff to talk about, guys. Maybe some fun updates on World Liberty Financial. So stay tuned. We'll stick around, see what's going on there. But there is definitely a lot of other stuff going on in the space. So we'll get to it shortly. In the meantime, guys, like I said, follow us on X. I'll be back again shortly. Appreciate it.